I already wrote my 12 rules to life. But if I did have to write another book with another rule, it would be that living in the basement of my mother's house is the most masculine and alpha behavior that is unmeasurable in means of independence. People who play horny gamer can find great philosophical knowledge in women. Rule 13. Clean your room, but know why it's dirty. Once upon a time, in the quiet dark of a suburban basement, a young man sat surrounded by the echoes of digital warfare, ancient Dorito bags, and the ever-present comfort of Captain Crunch Crumbs. His name was Chad, but not the Chad you're thinking of. This was a different Chad, a philosopher, a basement warrior, a man on a quest for order through chaos. Now people mock him. They say, "Oh, you live in your mother's basement? You're a loser. You should move out, get a mortgage, marry a yoga influencer, and eat kale." But that's a lie, a dangerous, ideological lie. You see, the basement is not a tomb. The basement is the womb of transformation. The womb of transformation. The basement is where chaos lives. It's damp. It's dark. It smells faintly of forgotten pizza and ambition. But in chaos, there is potential. The great dragon of order is born in the abyss, and the man who willingly returns to the abyss, armed with auto-blow wisdom and Cheeto-dusted fingers, is a man who has embraced the hero's journey. There is something deeply archetypal about living with your mother. The nurturing feminine meets the chaotic masculine. The laundry gets done, but the soul is tested. Every time you explain to her that you're working on a startup while watching anime and coding crypto bots, you face judgment. And judgment tempers the spirit like fire tempers steel. On beards and crumbs. The young man must grow a beard, not because it looks cool on Tinder, but because it is the symbol of the elder, the signal to the psyche that you are no longer a boy. A mustache, that's a philosophical statement. A goatee, the Nietzschean whisper that says, "I've stared into the abyss and moisturized afterward." And yes, the Cheeto dust, that's your war paint. Those Captain Crunch crumbs, artifacts of the struggle. When you rise from that bed covered in artificial orange and cornmeal, you are not a slob. You are a warrior in the underworld, marked by your trials. The auto blow and the high arch of the lobster. Even the auto blow is not shameful. It is discipline. It is autonomy. It is saying, "I will not beg for affection from those who have not earned my emotional vulnerability." It is also convenient. When the lobster wins the battle in the deep ocean, it doesn't apologize for its claws, it doesn't ask for rent, it dominates the hierarchy. Likewise, the man who masters himself in solitude, who lives beneath the earth like a mythological figure, rises eventually with power, clarity, and occasionally with an eBay side hustle, teaching young men the truth. So teach the young men this truth. It is not weak to dwell in the basement. It is weak to fear the basement. The world will try to shame them, but what is shame but a tool of the herd to control the lion? Let them grow beards, let them eat snacks in bed, let them wrestle with identity in the dark, for in the furnace of their solitude they will forge the sword that slays the dragon. Final thought, Rule 13, embrace the basement. For the man who learns to thrive beneath the house will one day build his own kingdom above it.